I think with this team that they have, I think the future looks bright for them. Well, I think it's good for us that they started the whole process very late, but bad for them that they started very late to start to win games. But I think they look very good today. They look better than the team we played against in Zambia. Very physical, energetic. But we knew we have a bit more technical players than they have. We know if we could stun them a little bit with the energeticness, and then after our technical ability will come into the game, and that's exactly what happened. We had a few chances, but Alex came in and got the goal. We're very pleased. We're very pleased to be going to Russia. It was a very tactical. We wanted to come into the game half pressing, and no, we kind of. But I think we pressed a bit more in the first half because we wanted to get the game over, because we knew they will come, and we knew there's going to be space between the lines, and the defense, we think they're very slow. So we know if we could press them high and get the ball a little bit, we could create a bit more chances.
As I said, excited captain of the Super Eagles, John Obi Mikel, saying, look, this team is growing. We can see it. The experience is showing. And, of course, they wanted to qualify for the World Cup, and they've done just that. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Be part of the discussion. Twitter channels _sports, Facebook channels IFN Sports. You listen to the first Vice President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Sheyi Akiwumi. He says, look, this is victory for the nation. And I totally agree with him. He says, they will roll out a plan. Yemi was talking about that plan. But let me bring Inyobong Monday into it also. While they're thinking of those plans, grade A friendlies, this and that, Coach General needs to understand that 8 months is a long time from now. Players will drop form. We don't want it, but injuries bound to happen, and we need options in the Super Eagles team.
Absolutely, we need options, but also, I don't think it's a time for us to be chopping and changing. I don't think it's time for us to be experimenting. It's a time where the manager has got to know at the least 15 or 14 players who will be on that plane to Russia at this point, because it's serious business. I think we've done well. We've qualified for the World Cup, but I'm not sure we're there yet. I'm not sure we've got the team to go out to the World Cup and really strut our stuff. And you look at some of the positions on the field of play. Our left back position, I'm not sure Echejile is odds-on favorite to get that nod, because he's not shown that bit of consistency. Sitting on the bench at his club is not really helping matters. You've talked about the fact that players who lose form, players who curb injuries. So we need options. Good to see Ola Aina make his debut. I think he can be a good option across that back four in the right back or the left back position. Fantastic to also see Shehu Abdullahi in great form. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. But Austin, we still have issues with our midfield position. Ogenye Nazi, Wilfred Ndidi. I'm not quite sure.
The right combination.
The combination is not quite working, because with Wilfred Ndidi, I like him a lot because he's got energy. He's a deep line playmaker, but he's got to be disciplined. The manager's got to get him to understand that the matches, you can't just be pouring forward. It wasn't a game that we needed a lot of goals. It wasn't a game that we needed to attack at every opportunity we had. We just needed to be solid. We needed to sit back, just control the game, get one goal, and that was important. But I kept seeing Ndidi moving forward. It was a lot of indiscipline. And when Onaze, he's coming for a lot of stick. People have criticized Onaze so much, but the one thing Onaze brings to our team is the fact that he's got legs, he's got energy to move around, he's willing to tackle. The rest of the players, I'm not sure, in the midfield area don't want to tackle, don't want to be going in there and winning those balls. So a lot of positions also, we saw Odion Igalo looked very ineffective because the defender, Stopila Sunzo and Tembo in that defensive role really matched him stride for stride. They were snapping at his heel. He could barely have a sniff. And going forward, I'm thinking, isn't the manager also thinking of switching formations, maybe play a diamond in midfield where we have one defensive midfielder who is solid, who's going to sit and have maybe Ndidi on the other flank, have Moses on this other flank, have Mikel in the hole, and then we have maybe an Odion Igalo and Ikechi Iheanacho up front. The option of having 2 strikers, it's an option, and it's something that the manager will be able to sit down and sort it out. But Austin, this team needs a lot of touching.
This conversation will continue, until the World Cup comes, and it will get worse because every Nigerian is a coach. Every Nigerian. But why everyone is quick to call Elderson Ichejile for defense? Isn't experience important? We're going to ignore the role of experience for that defense line.
Yeah, thank God you brought up that. What we call experience most times, what most people call experience most times, we misuse it. If somebody is clearly better than who is playing, don't even talk about experience.
Absolutely, I agree. I totally agree.
If 2 people are on the same level, like for instance now, if Vincent Iyema decides to come back, and is on the same level with any of those goalkeepers, it's not on their level, my opinion. But if he decides, then you say experience. It's been to 2 World Cups. That's it. But if somebody is clearly better, now we're experience is good, experience is valuable. And, this is not to make disparaging comments about one particular player. I would have loved, that we're not mentioning names. But experience only comes into it when 2 players are on the same level. If a player is clearly better, don't even bother.
And Yemi and in your bong, you know why I asked this? Because we come up with the saying that if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And we saw a good team that played Cameroon that still had Echejile, that still had the Onazis and all. For Onazi, I still say it every now and then that he needs more game time. He needs to play more. Because for the kind of player he is a power guy. He
can't be sitting on the bench.
He needs work rate. That's Onazi.
I agree.
I remember before he tore his hamstring, he gave a fantastic steal. He stole the ball, pulled across, and then that was it. He lost it. So you need to be playing regularly.
I agree with
you. So
Yemi
and in your bond, why we want to touch this team and we say somebody is better, but we've not seen who is better.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that point. I think most people across board believe that there are players who, in our national team, who either needs to step up or just sit back. Because you've seen performances where you feel there has to be something better than this. And that's our opinion. You, with all due respect to Ederson, both games against Cameroon, well, I rate him above average.
Fairly.
But you could say that, look, there has to be something better than this. And he said, and I agree with him, we have to get the player combinations right. There are some players that need to be talked to. There are some players that can't play along with each other. He said 15. I don't count. I'm saying maybe 12. Look at the back 4. Look at, if anything happens, a lot of people are saying we lost to South Africa because Leon Balogun didn't play. Should it be that bad?
No, it shouldn't.
I don't see any other centre back